Greetings from Spruce Grove, Alberta. My name is Scott Onuczko, and I'll be your instructor for the photography class running this summer in Rome and Greece with the Blyth International Academy. The purpose of this video will be to give you a face to put to the name and tell you a little bit about who I am, where I come from, and what my teaching style is. The first question you're probably asking yourself is there an arcade machine in this guy's classroom? And the answer to that question would be yes, there is an arcade machine in this guy's classroom. But that's not what we're going to be talking about in this video. I thought what I would do is I would get the help of some of my students in my class to explain a little bit about myself, what I'm like as a teacher, and to get you to know me a little bit better. So let's go talk to some students.
Hi, my name is Bryce, and I have been a student in Mr. Onuczko's class for 3 years now. Mr. O is a very fun teacher, and I also, what does this say?
Just cut.
You should have typed it out.
All right, action.
Hi, I'm Yasmin.
Cut. You're supposed to look at the video camera, not at me.
Okay.
Again. Action.
Hi, I'm Yasmin. Mr. Onuczko has been my teacher here for 3 years. He taught me a lot about photography. He's also the bravest person I know, really good at creating memes.
Cut. You're supposed to talk about my teaching style, not about memes.
Fine, do it yourself then.
Jeez, it's really hard to get good help around here these days. I'm just going to do this video myself. First off, I'd like to say that I'm very excited to be your instructor this summer, and I hope that you're equally excited to be enrolled in the class. Secondly, a little bit about myself. I've been teaching for approximately 15 years now, and I'm currently teaching at Spruce Grove Composite High School, which is a school of about 1,000 students just outside of Edmonton, Alberta. I'm running the Communication Technology program, which is a multidisciplinary program where students work on video, advertising, web design, screen printing, and of course photography. Part of my job here, a big part of my job here in Comtech is to ensure that students learn what they want to learn and have a really fun and memorable time doing that. And I really hope to bring some of that teaching style to our program in Rome and Greece this August. In my life, I've been lucky enough to have the opportunity to have traveled all around the world. And wherever I go, I always bring my camera with me. Because in addition to my love for travel, I also have a strong passion for photography. Such a strong passion, in fact, that I've chosen to teach photography as part of what I do for my career. Back in 2015, I received an award for excellence in teaching from the Prime Minister of Canada, and I thought that that might be the high point in my career. However, now that I've accepted a job with Blyth International Academy and I can combine my love for travel with my passion for photography, I believe that now, perhaps, my career has come full circle. The incredible thing about photography these days is that pictures play such a huge part in our lives. With the advent of social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, we're literally taking pictures and sharing them with each other all the time. But photographs can be so much more than just capturing a moment. When used correctly, the lenses of our camera can be used to convey a message or tell a story or express some sort of mood. These days, everyone around us, we're all walking around with tiny cameras in our pockets. But snapping a picture and composing a photograph are two very different things. By learning to use our cameras effectively, by studying compositional strategies, and looking at the elements and principles of design, we can take our photography to the next level. And that's what we're going to be exploring in this course. Our curriculum this summer is going to be awesome. We're going to learn about photography in an incredible setting, where we're going to have the unique opportunity to capture iconic remnants of the Roman and Greek civilizations. But we're not just going to be taking pictures of landmarks. We're going to use our knowledge of photography to explore the cultures of Italy and Greece, and hopefully have a lot of fun doing so. By taking this course this summer in Rome and Greece, you're going to have a great opportunity to learn about photography in an exciting and interesting way that you probably wouldn't have an opportunity to do so back at home. Typically in your school, you come to a classroom like this, you're taught what you need to be taught, and you perhaps work on a project or two. This summer, we're going to be out and about in the streets and kind of putting our feet to the pavement, so to speak. Sure, there'll be a little bit of theory and some history, and of course some photo editing, but wherever possible, we're going to try to do some experiential learning out with our cameras on the streets of beaches of Rome and Greece. You are going to learn by doing. You're going to ask questions because you tried stuff and it didn't work. And you're not only going to learn from myself, but you'll also learn from each other. If you're half as excited about taking this course as I am to be teaching this class, then we're going to have a really great time. For this photography course, you will not need any textbooks. However, there are a few really essential pieces of equipment that you will need to have. The first piece of equipment will be a personal laptop computer. We're going to need the laptops to sort of do coursework, access course materials, do our photo editing, and of course we're going to want to check Facebook every now and then. The second thing we're going to need on our laptops is we're going to need some software. For the advanced editing and the editing of photographs unit, we're going to be using Adobe Photoshop CC or Adobe Photoshop Elements and Lightroom. So we're going to want to make sure that you have those programs installed on your laptop computer when you bring it down. The other thing we're going to want is some memory cards, and when working with digital photographs or digital cameras, it's always a really good idea to have an extra one, or at least one really fair-sized one, so you don't find yourself running out of room in the middle of the day when you're out on the beach. Nothing more annoying than that. And the other thing we're going to want is a USB flash drive like this one, and we'll use this sort of for the efficient and quick transfer of files, or in the event that the Wi-Fi is a little spotty or not working, we'll be able to sort of submit our assignments and share course materials using this here. The type of camera that you choose to bring on the trip isn't quite as important as what the camera can do. Basically, the type of camera that you bring has to have exposure control settings on it. So we need to be able to adjust the aperture, shutter speed, and ISO on the said camera. That being said, I will be bringing down a Nikon DSLR camera, and I have several different lenses and accessories that I can bring down. And if you happen to be using a Nikon camera as well, we could definitely be sharing some of that equipment while we're on the trip. The camera we bring down, because there's such a variety in the different types of cameras that we can bring, I will be in contact with you to sort of sort out which camera you will plan on bringing down on the trip. And if you don't own a DSLR camera but would like to use one, I can definitely make available some of the extra Nikon DSLR cameras that I have in my lab in Spruce Grove and lend them to you for the duration of the trip while we're in Rome and Greece. So like I said, we will be in contact with each other about the camera, and we can arrange those after this orientation meeting. So if you've used a DSLR camera before, you'll know it isn't always the best option for every single situation. For example, if we go swimming, or we're running around on the beach a bit, bringing your expensive DSLR camera or someone else's expensive DSLR camera isn't always the greatest thing in the world. So I would definitely encourage you, if you have other types of camera taking devices like a GoPro, to definitely bring those things down with you. And so you obviously have your phones, but bringing in other types of stuff would definitely be encouraged, because you never know the types of shots we're going to be taking when we're out and about. Lastly, we're going to need some miscellaneous equipment. So obviously we're going to be gone for a really long time, and you're going to want to bring some sort of charging devices for your laptop and for your camera equipment. And please remember that we will be in Europe, and the power situation in Europe is a little different than what we have in North America. So you also want to do some research and make sure that you get the appropriate adapters and so on, so you can actually charge your equipment while we're down there. In closing, I'll be sending you all an email very quickly with my contact information so you can ask me any further questions you have about myself or the course material. Then in the near future, I'll be sending out links to course material, assignments, and so on and so forth. And for both the grade 11 and grade 12 courses, there will be a pre-departure assignment that you will be asked to complete and bring with you when we finally get to meet at the end of July in Rome. I think that's about it for tonight. I'm really excited to be your instructor, and I really hope that you don't hesitate to ask me any questions. Send me a quick email. I'll do my very best to answer you, and we'll be seeing you soon. That was awesome.